Okay, guys, we are back at it with TNXP. They came in for their reverse split. When they did, they split up to about $15. Went up to about $17. Then they did, as stocks that do they reverse split usually do. They begin to sell back off. Here's what they hoping. They're hoping that after this wave of sell off, and though it does look oversold now, they are trying to buy some back up. It can be a smidge early, as you can see, because that MACD line on your swing trade time frame is not making clear bullish divergence as of just yet. Still a bit bearish on TNXP. Now they're hoping that it goes down and builds support somewhere in between. This can go into a free fall right now. It's gonna get heavy attacks from short sellers once the big free fall begins. They did come out with news yesterday talking about Tonix announcing results for the phase 1 trial, the TNX-1500. Now, if you recall, in one of our most recent TNXP videos, I was taking you through all of the TNXP catalysts. A lot of people were TNX-102. People were looking forward to the fibromyalgia cure. TNXP has many different things that they're working on before then. Lots of different stuff, multiple different FDA catalysts coming. Check out that video so you can know some more of those things. Now, it's not time for the round three on here just yet. You're going to wait till the sell off comes in. And before they come out with the update on the TNX 102, if you recall, that's coming out around August 12th, they have a few more things to announce. Here in this one's yesterday's announcements. In fact, this was 8 hours ago. Here's just today. So, Tonix Pharmaceuticals, TNX 1500 generally well tolerated with favorable safety profile. Now this is bullish news. This is bullish news, but not bullish enough for a stock that's already going into a big sell-off after the split. For those of you who don't recall the last video and don't know what the TNX-1500 is, this is one of the catalysts right here, and they're going to come in for another update on this as well. This is recent announced positive top-line results from its phase 1 trial for TNX-1500, a next-generation anti-CD40L monoclonal antibody. So here are some of the key insights. So the safety profile TNX-1500 was generally well tolerated with a favorable safety profile. Efficiency. The trial demonstrated TNX-1500's efficiency in blocking both primary and secondary antibody responses at doses of 10 milligrams and 30 milligrams. And pharmacokinetics. The TNX-1500 show a mean half-life of 34 to 38 days, supporting monthly dosing for future efficiency trials. And future plans. Tonix plans to discuss these results with the FDA and pursue a phase 2 trial in kidney transplant recipients. They will have more updating things. Now, again, I always remind you, these these health and pharmaceutical stocks, they only good for that FDA approval. And even with them coming out with FDA approval, that doesn't mean it has to come in for that explosion. They'll still sell that thing clean off. Even with that, it comes down to how I always tell you, when that thing comes in for a reverse split, they're about to be selling that thing right back off. And it does come down to how I say we best off just sticking to being swing traders. Because when you get into something, betting that thing for the long term lifetime investment, they're going to come in with some form of nonsense on you, especially when everything is looking good and they got you feeling secure. You got to make sure you're moving carefully and accordingly. I already know what's about to explode next. I am putting out the newest alerts along in my section. Make sure you are in my section to see the new alerts on time. It's easy money. We know what you're going for. Same settlement, same strategy every single trade. You're just buying low and selling high, waiting for bullish divergence to come in. Right now, you got the market starting to get a bit iffy here, a bit choppy. You got 3,400 decliners and 3,000 advancers. And the markets are primed to go in for more bearish as well tomorrow. They are coming out with more Bitcoin ETFs. They say that the next set of Bitcoin ETFs are going to be the ones called the Trump 5, and these are going to be specifically exclusive for big whales and insiders and stuff like that. So that should add to the bullish sentiment of the overall crypto markets. That's going to make the stock markets get back up to these highs and hold up at these highs. I know you're a TNXP or long-term investor or a new trader. You don't even know what any of that means, because you feel like that the only thing you need to be watching is just this one thing. But no, you need to be watching your Bitcoin. You need to be watching your market conditions along with that as well. I'll take you a quick peek at Tonix Pharmaceuticals website so we can go take a re-look at the pipelines. And then you'll probably be able to see the TNX-1500. That's the organ transplant rejection for auto and slash autoimmune disorders. That's moving on into the next phase two. That will be very bullish once they do. But as you can see here, as you can see from today, just coming out with a FDA, just coming out with a positive update on these. That though it probably did stop this thing from just completely free falling. It probably really did save it from just completely dropping all the way back down to $5. And if it does drop, it's really going to be a mean drop in TNXP. But after that, after a while, people forget that they even came in for a split, and it just looks like it's just the normal price of what that thing has been at. So the next range to be going for those of you who are looking for the reversal, you're gonna get big resistance at $12. Then you're gonna get big resistance at $15. If they can ever even get back past that $15, then the next stop up there is gonna be about 18, where they had that last big sell off. Once they get past that $18 range, it can stop at 20. I don't think it's gonna really get to doing all of that though. Not with. I mean, they just came out with a new catalyst, some good catalysts. Major catalysts even. That's going down. So they're gonna need a lot more selling off to go. So just make sure you're moving carefully in the Carly, and you can see here that it's not the only thing, on the market that's starting to turn red here today. Lots of things turning red as people are becoming more uncertain on the markets and big wells leaving out. But we'll keep all this updated. I'm Billy Banks. I'll see y'all the next one then. Happy trade.